Dan here, and Faz.
All right, we are here with Faz going through the team reveal for SimEra 32 Madden 21. Man, we're excited to get this thing launched and going. Faz, how you doing today, man?
Good, man. Real excited. Ready to get started.
Yeah, man, this has been a long time. Madden 20 went for a while, but I think everyone's ready for 21 to get started. But before we even do that, man, I would love to hear you made a huge jump in Madden 20. You went from regular kind of playoff contender to a two-time Super Bowl champion, man. Fill me in. What was the secret this past cycle?
Yeah, this was the first year that I feel like, both areas of my game kind of came together. Previously I've always been good at, either one side of the ball and not quite the other. This year they came together. I think the biggest part of it was my passing offense. I've always been a bit run first. But when you start, getting deeper into the playoffs, you're playing guys like you and KP who can really lock up on D. You throw one pick, and earlier I'd be kind of out of it at that point. I'd be in trouble to try and catch up. Having that improvement on the passing game really helped kind of elevate me and let me get past some of those tougher games deep in the season.
Yeah, man, we had some epic battles. I think one game went to overtime. I think I won one by a 15-yard face mask at the end, and then
That was a killer.
yeah, then you beat me in the last game for me in the playoffs on a last-second field goal. So definitely looking forward to this year. What are the things you're anticipating with Madden 21?
We've seen that Madden's kind of taken like an every other year approach for big improvements. So this year is definitely going to be a lot like Madden 20 in a lot of ways. I'm excited to see. I did enjoy the abilities last year. I did enjoy the game as a whole. So I'm excited to see those abilities be a little more refined. It looks like we have a lot more variety just in how they run. Like the wide receiver abilities look a little more in depth. So I'm excited to see that, and I think it's going to be a season's game.
Yeah, it's real easy to pick on Madden, and it has a lot of faults. But I thought Madden 20 was actually one of their better versions in the last few years. And although I expect Madden 21 to be more like 20.5, I'm still looking forward to the different abilities. Looking forward to the different challenges and new teams, new faces, all that kind of stuff. So,
For sure.
oh man, I'm excited. We're ready to go. So, without any further ado, let's get started with 2021 Madden Team NFC West. All right, so up first we got the NFC West. Taking a look at this division, who's your favorite out of this division?
Man, this is a tough one to call. You've got three really good rosters that I feel are top 5, top 7 rosters. I feel like the Rams maybe sagged back from the other three, but even with Donald and Ramsey, they still have pieces.
Yeah.
I'd say my season 1 favorite off the bat is probably going to be WTQ with his Niners. That's going to be a very good roster. I think KLINKE and SPOOKIE are gonna make some pushes, but I think WTQ is gonna have it at the end of the day. But this division is definitely going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, you're looking at all 8 divisions. I would have to rank this as the top division from top to bottom. I think all 4 teams are legit users, legit teams. The big question, the rumor going around, or the odds are, is will Spooky last one season? So we'll see how that plays out. He promised me that he will. He promised me he wants the Browns for 2022. So we'll see how he hangs in there. But
I have full faith.
but no, man, this going to be. I think each of these guys are going to enjoy this division. I think the Cards are going to be the season 1 favorite. I just like the speed. I like Hopkins. I was real impressed by KLINKE in the past cycle and what he did. Tibbs, WT, Spook, they're legit players. This is going to be a great division. So, NFC West, it's going to be fun to watch. NFC North. All right, now we got the NFC North. Who you liking out of this division?
This is another really interesting division. You've got Na, who, I think he's the big storyline coming back. We didn't have him in Madden 20, but he was a, usual SBS champ and contender pretty much every season. I've never seen Sunday play, but he comes with some high reviews. McCain, solid, steady. He was consistent playoff team last season, and real QB. He can really throw it with the best of them. He had a lot of shootouts last year. Also a playoff team. I think season one, I have to take Nah, just off the familiarity for me. The Bears don't have the best roster in that division, but Nah is just a scientist when it comes to this game, so I got to give the nod to him early on.
Yeah, man, I'm real excited about this division. I'm excited to see Nod Sunday go at it. I think they actually play week one. They're probably two of the top five Madden players that I've played in the last maybe 5 years. So I really think there's going to be a battle. Like you said, real QB, he can sling it. It's interesting what he'll do with Rodgers and Love and what kind of moves he'll make there. And McCain, again, he's solid. So, I think this is going to be a heavyweight battle. I think the top two guys are going to be swinging all season, all cycle.
No doubt.
But I think actually season one. I think Sunday's going to come out of this division season one, just because of the talent roster he's got. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to watch. NFC South. All right, we're looking at the NFC South. What do you see when you look at this division?
This is a division with, I feel like, a lot of guys can go different ways with their teams. You have Donger taking the Bucks. They're going to be very talented season one, but after that, it gets a little more dicey. They're a little older. The Saints obviously going to have somewhat similar with Breeze, but he does have Jameis to come in after that, and that team top to bottom is just as talented as the Bucks. The Panthers with Krellick, he's got a little bit of a rebuilder. They have Teddy Two Gloves, a lot of change over there, and then the Falcons, mostly the same team they've been in the past. With a couple holes that will need to be filled, but then a couple, obviously you have guys like Julio, who are just absolute studs. I'd have to say that I give Brick the advantage season one. He didn't play a ton in Madden 20, but when he did play, he made a Super Bowl with Jacksonville, which is tougher to do. So I got to give him with that roster the edge in season one.
Yeah, compared to the last two divisions we looked at, I think this one's definitely a little bit stepped down on the top level talent here. So I only expect, kind of one division winner coming out of the playoffs here. But that being said, I think it's going to be a very competitive decision. I think, I don't know what E. White's going to bring. He was in and out a little bit. Not sure kind of the level he's going to bring. Krellick, Donger, they're going to battle. I think you're right. I think Mini Brick's the favorite. I think with that Saints team, he's going to bring a challenge, but it's going to be fun to watch. I think this could be highly competitive. If it doesn't have the top end, it's still going to be fun to watch. NFC East. All right, now we're on the NFC East. What do you see when you look at this division?
This division just rounds out, a very solid conference in the NFC. Again, you've got a lot of guys who can contend for playoff spots here. It starts with Truth. And the Giants, he beat me in the last SimFan Super Bowl. So, we know that he's, a talented user, very good player. Tyler Snyder with the Skins, Washington football team. Again, that's definitely going to take some time to get used to.
Yeah.
But he showed last season. He's a very good player as well. He was in my division for SimFan, and we had some battles. Demon, he's a very good run offense, and he's got a great offensive line with the Eagles. And then Bad Boy with the Cowboys. They're always a very solid Madden team. Lots and lots and lots of talent. I think that this is a division that could potentially send two to the playoffs, depending on what some of the other teams do. I think early favorite has to be Truth, though, coming off that last Super Bowl win.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun division too. I think each team kind of brings a unique challenge to it. I think Demon with that stretch offense he ran, and Bad Boy, Cowboys are his team, so he knows them inside and out. I think Tyler with the pass rush from the Redskins, and Truth, I think he's going to use Barkley and maybe throw it out once or twice. But
a few times.
Yeah, no, man, it's gonna be fun to watch. I think Tyler actually might be the favorite, just because of that pass rush. I think Chase Young, I think Sweat. Maybe I'm having deja vu against Madden 20, but that's just a dangerous pass rush there, and I think he can do some damage with that. So I'm gonna go Redskins. I said it again, but I'm gonna go Football Club. I think they're gonna be the favorite coming out of here.
Yeah, Chase is definitely gonna be a freak show.
AFC East. All right, now moving on to the AFC side, we start out with the AFC East. What do you like here?
This is a division that has a lot of turnover from past years. Obviously before the Pats were always, the team to beat. Everybody's gunning for them. That is, not quite the case this year with Brady and Gronk being gone. Cam should still be a solid Madden quarterback. But there's definitely been a shift in the balance of power there. I'm really excited to have Cobbs back in the league this year. I do like that Bills roster a lot. The Jets have a few pieces, probably still a bit of a builder, but they have a lot of picks from the Adams trade, and then X Dog with the Dolphins. That's a very underrated team just because of how much you're going to be able to develop them. Season 1 might be a little rough, but X has shown in the past he can build a team very well, and that's, if you want a builder, they're the number one to have. So season 1, I think I got to lean Cobbs and the Bills. But this is definitely going to be an interesting division that could go a lot of ways.
Yeah, this is a division, a lot of unknown. Although we know some of these users from years past, some of them didn't play much in Madden 20, so we're going to find out real quick how well they adjust. Eddie King's a young guy, college guy, I think. So usually those guys are pretty good with the stick skills, but maybe not so much on the strategy side of it. Haas, I think, is going to be a little dangerous with those Patriots. I think he'll be able to grind out some games with that defense. And if he uses Cam or makes a trade, we'll see. But Cobbs and the Bills will be solid, and X Dog will do well. So I'm going to go Haas on this one. I think Haas is going to be the division winner, season 1. But this would be one of those divisions I think each season might have a different winner. I think they're going to have a lot of good battles. I think this could be a good division down the road. AFC South. All right, now we're on to the AFC South. What are you thinking when you look at this division?
Well, I mean, before I can get into anything, Javi, don't do my Jags dirty like Mesco did a few seasons ago. I trust you with them. Don't mess it up. But no, this is an interesting division. I'm excited to see, especially because I don't feel there's any clear front runner roster wise. I think each team has different parts of it that you can build with, and then each team has a couple of superstars that you can really lean on. I'd have to say that I probably would lean Sensei with the Texans. It does hurt to lose Hopkins, but Watson is a beast. They did get Brandon Cooks, who's always a very solid Madden player, and Sensei was good in the Sim Fan last year. Plenty of deep AFC playoff runs. And another guy to watch, I'm really excited to see DA this season. He made some strides in Madden 20, and I'm excited to see if he builds on that again this season.
Yeah, I think this is again a fun division. You got NYT with his favorite team, the Titans down there, and he knows how to use them. Jave, however you say his name. He's actually a really good team builder. If you look at last year, man, he had those Chargers as an amazing team. So if he takes some of those pieces he gets and uses them and trades well and uses the draft picks, I wouldn't be surprised in year 3 or 4 him being pretty strong. But right off the bat, Sensei I think is going to be the favorite here. I think Watkins is enough. They've got enough pieces there that it gets them enough to be able to win this division. But would be shocked if the Colts and the Titans give them a little bit of a challenge. But I got Texans winning this division. AFC West. All right, now we're moving on to the AFC West. This is going to be a pretty interesting division. What are your first thoughts in your own division here?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I saw the list of owners, I realized this one's going to be fun. We're definitely gonna have some battles. The rosters in it are good, and then obviously my first season of Madden, I was in a division with GRAMZ. He was in my division Sim Fan last season. So we love playing each other. Those are always great games. The Chargers, stellar roster. It's going to be a nightmare trying to block Bosa. You've got Damon with the chaos offense, the natural disaster offense. The Broncos suit him very well. And then Trick with the Raiders. They've even got some pieces that are going to be very difficult to stop. Ruggs with a zillion speed is just going to be a pain. Tough not to put the target on my back. You take the Chiefs, you're kind of walking into that one. I considered the Jags at 4, but it felt a little irresponsible. I couldn't pass on Patty and Tyreek and Mecole. I'm gonna go out, call myself as the champ, season 1, and get ready to have some battles. Let's have some fun with it.
Nice. I like the bold play, although I don't know, since you took the Chiefs, if it's a really bold prediction to pick yourself there.
Yeah.
But no, man, this is probably going to be the most fun division outside the NFC West. The AFC West, you got Hurts, like you said. This offense just suits him. Might go from hurricane to wild Broncos, just uncontained, uncontrollable offense. But just those wide receivers, KJ Hamler, shout out Penn State. He's gonna abuse those guys. You got GRAMZ, who just plays solid and uses his players. Trick, this is his favorite team, so he knows them. And obviously, you got the Super Bowl champions. You got a talented roster. So I agree. I think you're the season one favorite, but I'm not. I think there's going to be a more than one playoff team out of here. I don't know if it'll be GRAMZ. I don't know if it'll be Hurts, even Trick. I think this is going to be a real competitive division. I'm excited to watch it. AFC North. All right, final division, the AFC North. What's the first impressions when you see this?
First impressions, man, it's another tough division. You and KP obviously been going at it for years. Revoke, very solid player, some playoff runs last season. Ravens, just stellar team. Lamar's going to be busted. Ash, he's gonna have a tough spot in with three really solid owners. But he showed some promise at the end of Madden 20 as well. Started winning some games in SimFan at the end there. And the Bengals are a good team to build. Obviously, Burrow is going to be very good. They've got some young pieces with Mixon. He definitely is in a good spot to improve on his standing last season. I think season one definitely going to come down to you and KP, especially once KP gets the first matter of business out of the way and trades his running back. We'll see who jumps on Chubb. But I think I got to lean you season one. That Steelers team just has some star power on defense. Wide receivers very good, and it's you. Can never count you out of a game.
Yeah, man. I mean, first pick. It's been a while since I've been the Steelers, and just felt this was the year, with Watt and Bush and Minka back there, and probably get rid of Ben. Don't know if we'll do season one or season two. I never really was a Ben fan, so that won't be too much of a loss. But yeah, I'm looking forward to start building this team and getting them ready. I love playing KP. We've got a lot of history there, so that'll be a lot of fun. And Revoke, with stopping Lamar and trying to figure him out will be fun too. And Ash, that's his favorite team. So he wanted the Bengals. He got the Bengals. So it's always good when guys get their favorite team. But it's hard for me to pick myself. I'm probably going to go KP season one. Like you said, once he trades Chubb for a user linebacker and then gets 18 interceptions with him, he'll probably be there. But it'll be a battle. I'm looking forward to it.
Rumor on the streets is KP is the underdog.
I've heard that before, man. All right, so there they are. We got through each division, shared a little bit of who we thought the winner was. Now we want to take a look at who do you think was the best team for the user and who was the worst team for the user, looking at all 32 teams.
Yeah, so I'll start with the worst. I hate to do this to you, buddy. I love you, and I get the reasoning behind it. You got to go favorite squad sometimes, but McCain, that Lions pick, I think that one's gonna hurt you. That's a tough roster to take and have to build a lot of positions, couple holes. Galladay will be fun, but I can't think of much else to be excited about. And then obviously hindsight being 2020, that division's gonna be a real pain. So he might be behind the 8 ball early. I do trust him to dig his way out of it, but I think he could have done himself a favor by going a little with a little more talent. I think best team pick. I got a shout out to Spookie here. I had the Seahawks as number 5 on my own list at pick 4. So the fact that they slid as far as they did and enabled him to get them, that's a steal in my mind. You get Russell Wilson. He doesn't have to worry about Tyree Jackson overthrowing 2-yard slants anymore. Sure, they don't have as many picks to necessarily build far into the future, but when you trade him for Jamal Adams, you can't complain. You've got him and Wagner on the defensive side of the ball. Running on them is going to be a nightmare. There's just going to be fumbles everywhere. Yeah. So big fan of that pick for Spookie.
Yeah, man. I a lot of people, the way that we did it this year, I knew a few teams would fall, and that's kind of the fun in it. But definitely agree with you. I think Spooky and the Seahawks are going to be a good match, good team. For me, I look at the worst pick for user, and man, Donger Gordon, man, I don't know, dude. I think the Bucks are a fun team, but they're old, man, and you got to make a lot of decisions on depth chart and trades and all that stuff. And a 42-year-old quarterback. I don't know, man. I assume a lot of us are going to get some DMs trying to figure out what you're going to do there, but hope for the best there. And I got to give a shout out to Damon for his pick of the Broncos, man. I think for the style that he plays, that was the absolute perfect pick of a team. I mean, he is just going to cause problems with that offense, throwing the ball to all those receivers, the fast tight ends, and then still got Von Miller, still got some pass rush there. I think that was a really good pick for the type of user and player that he is. So, all right, man, here it is. Season 1. I need an AFC champion and I need an NFC champion. Who you got in the Super Bowl, Season 1?
Well, I have to say, my first gut reaction looking at the conferences, I wanted to pick Nah. I think that he's still going to have a great season. I think he's still going to make a deep playoff run. But season 1, where sometimes team talent can play out a little more. I had to change my mind and go with WTQ and the Niners. That team is going to be very, very good with Bosa. The D line's insane. The wide receivers are crazy. Garoppolo is serviceable enough.
Yeah.
And we've seen WTQ get there before. So I think I got to go him out of the NFC. Out of the AFC, I got to go with you. I think you're gonna, my call. I'd say you beat me by a field goal in the AFC Championship game, in a close battle.
Nice.
But I think with a lot of tough games, within your division, it's going to get you up to speed a little quicker. And so then, I think you and WTQ in the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna lean you again, man. I like that Steelers team season 1, especially if you hold on to Roethlisberger, it'll give you at least a very good, solid starting quarterback for season 1. You can figure out what to do with him after. But I see a season 1 ring for you.
Yeah, well, usually I'm not too good Season 1, so I appreciate the support. We'll see how that plays out. You know, unlike KB, I don't run away from being a favorite, but not sure I'm talented enough to beat some of these good teams out there. So we'll see how it plays out. For me, I'm going to looking at the NFC again. I think there's a lot of good options. I think there's about 6 or 7 teams that actually could come out of this conference. But I'm going to go Sunday with the Vikings. I think his style. I think that team. I think the newness of who he is. I think it's going to cause some problems in the NFC, and I'm going to have him coming out. And then AFC, man, again, not that we're kind of stroking each other here, not just because we're talking and you had to pick me and I had to pick you, but you got the Chiefs, dude, man. That's a loaded team. You're a good user, good player. You got all the talent in the world, man. I think that season 1's going to be tough to stop, try to figure out how to stop Mahomes and Hill and everything else there. So I got you, and I got Sunday coming out of the AFC NFC, and I'm actually going to go Sunday, man. I think he's going to throw some things at you that you haven't seen, and I think he's a good user, and so we're going to go with Sunday season 1 champion. But
all right, we've got the chip on the shoulder early. I'm all about it.
Nice. Well, hey, man, I really appreciate you giving up the time, and we had some fun trying to figure this out and do this, and hopefully we're going to do this throughout the season a few times, and just try to encourage everyone to get involved, have some fun with it. It's a video game, but it's also fun just to rag on each other, just to give some predictions. We'll do power rankings. We'll do kind of upsets of the week, or maybe we'll do like game matchups of the week. We'll do some fun stuff down the road. So hope everyone stays tuned, and hope you appreciated just checking out the team reveal. So hey, good luck this season, man. Have fun. Hope everything works well for you, Faz.
Absolutely, man. You too. Thanks for having me.
All right, yep. Take care.